Donald Trump got on Truth Social this week and ranted and raved like a lunatic as per usual, but this time it was actually about the 2020 election because even 2 years after that election, that man has not let it go, nor will he ever. But he's come up with a new conspiracy theory about 2020, and this time it is that social media companies, Twitter specifically, somehow colluded with his own government to hand the 2020 election to President Biden. Here is what Donald Trump had to say. So, if the FBI illegally suppressed all of the really bad information on the Biden family laptop at a level never seen before, it was Russian disinformation, they said, while at the same time not letting the many positive things accomplished by Trump get out to the public, but would instead put out bad stuff. That would be the very definition of the government's rigging of an election. Pollsters projected this scam made a difference of millions of votes. What are the consequences? Sometimes it's very hard to even make sense of what this man says because you can't even follow his train of thought. Like, there's so many wrong things in there, but they're wrong things that he's just making them up in his own head. So let's, take it step by step here. First and foremost, he's accusing his own government because he was president while this was happening. I know a lot of people from the Twitter files forget that, but he was running the government. His guy that he handpicked was running the FBI. So he's somehow accusing his own government of colluding with tech companies to not just suppress the Hunter Biden laptop story, which was only suppressed for a matter of hours, basically, before it was allowed on the platform. But he's also saying that they suppressed good stuff Trump had done. Like, that's just a complete fabrication. Like, the first statement was him misreading what was actually in the first batch of Twitter files, which at this point came out weeks ago, so it's not even clear why he's suddenly mad about it now. But anyway, he misconstrued that, sure. But the second part, they buried the good stuff. He just made that up. That is a complete and total fabrication from his own brain. And then, of course, and for the record, too, the FBI actually never had them suppress the Hunter Biden laptop story. That was done by people at Twitter. The FBI was not involved with that, as the Twitter files made very clear. And as I said, it was only for a matter of hours that it was even suppressed, if you want to call it that. Now, as for the polls that he's talking about, he's referring to one single poll that misled voters. It was put out by the right-wing Media Research Center that said that if people had known the full story of Hunter Biden, 9.4% of them wouldn't have voted for Biden. But the question was, at the time you cast your vote for president, were you aware that evidence exists, including bank transactions the FBI is currently investigating, that directly links Joe Biden and his family to a corrupt financial arrangement between a Chinese company with connections to the Chinese Communist Party that was secretly intended to provide the Biden family with tens of millions of dollars in profits? Well, sure, if you lie and make shit up about people, I'm sure people are going to be like, oh yeah, I wouldn't vote for that. It's like if you went out there and asked people, hey, if you found out Donald Trump was kicking puppies for fun, would you vote for him still? Like, no, I wouldn't. But that, as far as we know, is not a thing that happened, just like that question the Media Research Center asked people was also not a thing that happened. But here's where it gets even more confusing, if you can stand it. Trump maintains that the 2020 election was stolen from him and that he was the rightful winner. Yet the overall thesis, I guess you would call it, of his post on Truth Social was that he did lose because of Twitter, but had Twitter not done this, he would have won. Which means he knows he didn't win, which, that suddenly creates a very big problem for your legal defense moving forward. Because his entire legal defense, should he be indicted for any of the events surrounding January 6th, the fake elector scheme, whatever it is, his big defense is that he genuinely believed the election was stolen. That post on Truth Social seems to suggest that he knows it wasn't stolen, and that, of course, is going to create some major problems for his defense team if he ends up getting indicted. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, Don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.